Good morning. How are you this morning? Great, I can tell. Good morning and welcome to our spring term here at the North Campus. And it's such a pleasure to see each and every one of you here today gathered for our welcome back gathering. As always, as I was speaking to several colleagues, I commented that, at North Campus, we show up. And whenever there's a gathering, we can count on each other to be in attendance, to be present, to be here. And so thank you so much for coming out this morning to break bread with one another, to share stories about the absolutely wonderful 2 weeks, 2 weeks that we had off. Did you enjoy it? Yes, so did I. And it really gives us an opportunity to decompress, to spend time with family, friends, and loved ones, to refresh ourselves, because we know that when the term gets started, it's nonstop, right? It's nonstop, and we have students right there in front of us and beside us, and we're there to serve, assist, and mentor. So really appreciate the holidays and the precious time that we have at the winter recess time to spend with our family and friends. I want to again thank you for joining us this morning in celebration of the new year, 2020, the beginning of a new decade. There's been so much talk about 2020, Vision 2020, resolutions that will be made. But more so than resolutions, what I've been hearing is people really charting a vision for themselves for 2020. Am I right? And organizations charting a vision for themselves for 2020. Today, we have some of our faculty, our star faculty, and every single faculty member at the North Campus is a star, by the way. But we have some faculty who are going to share with us this morning and give us some of their creative thinking around digital literacy and what that means to teaching and learning, what that means to student success, what that means to setting students up to be competitive in a global marketplace. Because without digital literacy nowadays, in this 21st century, in this new decade, in this global economy, without digital literacy, individuals will have a huge deficiency at hand. And here at the North Campus, we recognize that, and many of our colleagues this morning are going to share ways in which they think about digital literacy, ways in which they see that it is of the utmost importance in terms of lifelong learning, and ways that we can infuse that in and outside of the classroom, again, towards student development, student success, and for students to have these tools, these skills, as they move out into their various careers and into their personal lives. So look around you, and really when we talk about digital literacy, there's no better place than right here in our Learning Commons, right here in our computer courtyard area, to really launch this whole idea of digital literacy and what it means in our academic setting. And when I personally think about digital literacy, I remember and think about the time that two professors brought this to the fore, maybe about 3 or 4 years ago. And I saw them here, Professor Eric Cornish and Professor Tommy Demos. Where are you? Professor Cornish. Where's Professor Demos? Oh, right there. Okay. And I remember both of you coming to Cabinet and speaking about the importance of digital literacy. And for a while, we all thought, well, it's great for all SCDT students, and that's where it should lie. But you very quickly and very thoughtfully explained to us and shared with us that, in fact, digital literacy permeates the entire curriculum. It really crosses across disciplines, right? It's not just about SEDT. It's actually more about everything else and every other discipline. And both of you have really taken this, I think, to great heights at the campus, but not only the campus, but college-wide, in terms of engaging faculty in various disciplines in this aspect of digital literacy. And I remember a presentation that you made sometime after, and there were several faculty, Professor Beauvais, Professor Bucher, Professor Garman, I think, that gave testimony as to how they infuse digital literacy in their curriculum and in their classrooms. So I want to thank both of you on a personal level for your initiative, for really bringing this to the fore in a very aggressive way. And by the way, that's very positive. And that we're here today focusing our welcome back, our launch into the spring term, focusing that on a Vision 2020 that includes digital literacy as a means of lifelong learning at our North Campus for our students. So thank you very much on that. And so at present, artificial intelligence literature has identified several separate domains in which this technology can be applied. And many of you know more about this than I do, because I am not a technology person in any aspect. But there are domains in which this technology of AI can be applied in digital imaging, education, government, healthcare, so many facets, and really all facets of society. As educators, we have to be realistic as we focus on AI as a way to create social change and to enhance learning and human capacity. But obviously, AI will never and should never replace human capacity and capability. Applications in AI in education show promise to improve teacher effectiveness and student engagement. And studies show potential of AI within education in a variety of contexts and is not limited to computer science only. So as we speak about AI, many of you may or may not know that right here at the North Campus, we have been approved to launch an artificial intelligence program. Did you know that? Yes? No? Okay, and we're very excited and enthused about this, because with this educational program in AI will also come an AI center. The program, the curriculum comes first, and then we will build a center to complement what it is we want to teach and develop skills in our students. And so as we enter into this new third decade of the 21st century and into the seventh decade of Miami-Dade College, you know that we are celebrating our 60th anniversary this year. And of course, the North Campus was the first campus. So you will see celebrations here this year at North Campus. We all do so with great confidence and energy, and certainly the energy here this morning was second to none. And it always is at the North Campus. I'm very pleased, again, that we have such a dynamic team of faculty, staff, and administrators. Many of our student services colleagues are not in the room because they're upstairs serving students. And on that note, let me tell you that, and this is, it's not a sad note, but it's not the best news. But in terms of enrollment, the North Campus is 7% down as compared to where we were last year. And when you look at the economy and you look at what's happening in the marketplace, there is a direct correlation. And when we see that unemployment is at an all-time low, we're thinking about prosperity, right? And that our communities and our state and our nation is experiencing some prosperity. But with that prosperity, what that means is that there are opportunities for individuals to go out to work. There are many opportunities for individuals to go out to work, to put additional food on their tables, to better serve their families, and maybe even save some monies. And what that means is less individuals are coming to matriculate in college. And so on one hand, we feel a little saddened that our enrollment has declined. But on the other hand, we're very, very happy about the prosperity that our society is experiencing in terms of our economic stability and growth. But what that means for us is that we need to educate our students. They may have the opportunity to go out and work. However, they should never stop out, right? And we need to educate and mentor our students in that vein, whereby they understand that their education is so important and even more important in this 21st century. And so maybe they cannot attend and matriculate for 12 credits for full-time, but they can certainly take 1 or 2 courses. And as we speak to students and advise them and mentor them in terms of their trajectory in college and the attainment of their degrees and credentials, we need to let them know that it is important that they continue and persist, and that there are opportunities for them to attend part-time and still advance until such time that they can get back on the path as a full-time student. That is really the message that we need to portray to our students, because it's unrealistic to tell our students to put work and employment to the side. That's totally unrealistic. But we can show them how they might balance their higher education studies with the opportunities of employment and still move themselves and their families forward. So I wanted to mention that to you today, and I know that collectively we will continue to place students first and continue to treat every single student as an individual. We may have at this campus 40,000 students, but each student is an individual. Each student has a story. Each student needs a different set of supports to advance them forward, and that's why we're here. And I really look to everyone here to continue to recognize our students as they are. We don't have numbers at the North Campus. We have human beings. We have our students who we care deeply about. Thank you. So before I close and bring Dr. Tomova up to introduce our faculty that are going to share with us on the topic of digital literacy, let me introduce a number of new faculty that are joining the North Campus team this spring term. And some of them may be here, some might not. We have orientations taking place for new faculty and the like. But we're very happy to welcome Dr. Pedro Corpus into the School of Justice and onto the School of Justice team of faculty. We're also very happy to welcome Professor Michael Leticia, psychology. Is he here? Is Professor Leticia here? Yes? Oh, wonderful. Come up to the front so we can all see you. I'm going to put you on the spot for a moment. So happy to have you on our team. And, you know, one of the great joys that I have, is I have the opportunity to sit and have a conversation with every single full-time employee that is going to come on board. And so thank you so much for your interest in joining our team. Thank you for being here. And we had a fabulous conversation at the interview. Thank you. In terms of new faculty, last but not least, Professor David D. Domenico, philosophy and logic. Is he here? Perhaps at orientation. We also have new chairpersons, and I am so very pleased to let you know, and you probably already know this, but we have our very own dedicated, committed, outstanding Professor Andy Quiroga, who is now Chair of Arts and Philosophy. Professor Quiroga. Professor Quiroga has been a member of our North Campus team and family for many years. He will obviously be functioning in a different capacity, but again, it is a great pleasure, and it's our pride to have you in that capacity of chairperson. So thank you very much. And soon we will have a chair of English and Communications, and okay. And that individual is Mr. Fernando Lopez, and he will be joining us as of next Monday or Tuesday. He probably goes to orientation on Monday. Great. Okay. So I have to wonder why, Dr. Efrain Venezuela is the one cheering so loudly. And I see all of our English and Communications faculty doing the same. We're truly looking forward to bringing Mr. Lopez on board. And with that, let me ask Dr. Tomova to join me here on stage for the next segment. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Harrison. Welcome to the new faculty, welcome to the new administrators, welcome everybody to the new academic year, to the new calendar year, and to the new decade. What do we do well as educators? As educators, we embrace the new, but we also keep the traditions alive. We live by our values, and we embrace our mission of serving students first. In a recent conversation of a former dean of MIT and the current leader of Station One, which is an experimental site for STEM students in Massachusetts, I asked, what is the secret of Station One? Why are you so popular? She looked at me, thought for a while, and said, it's inclusiveness. Now, those who know me know very well that I don't hold back and I react immediately. So my immediate reaction was, we do that so well at Miami-Dade. We are probably the most inclusive institution that I have ever had the pleasure of working at. And yes, we all know that inclusiveness is deeply ingrained in our mission, in our curriculum, in the way we embrace diversity, learning opportunities for all. I welcome our faculty and I encourage them to be innovators, to share what's on your heart and on your mind, share what works well for student learning. No idea is too big and no idea is too small. What seemed to be impossible yesterday is a reality today. You're the ones that ask the questions, what if? You're the ones that blend classroom learning with online learning, traditional with experiential learning, academic rigor with support, high expectations with sincere care for the well-being of our students. You're the ones who listen, create, and know best how our students learn and what they need to develop in college and move forward in life. Your ideas and the what-if questions challenge the status quo and move us forward. We all know that MDC is one of a kind because of our faculty. Our former president used to say, faculty are the backbone of our institution, and you truly are. You're the ones who spark innovation, imagine the future of learning, create a sense of belonging, use technology to enhance learning, experiment with new tools, teach our students to interact, investigate, engage. But you also teach our students to be mindful of their well-being and to stay healthy in mind, body, and soul. Today we're going to hear some very new ideas from our faculty, that will take us into the next decade. Good luck, and let's see what you have in store for us. Enjoy the show. Thank you.
Are we truly prepared to teach the students of today? Are we ready for the babies of the babies of the baby boomers? Really, who's equipped to teach Generation Z, or as some may call them, the Zoomers?
Meet Shannon, a Zoomer. Fresh out of high school, Shannon has a smartphone but does not have a desktop computer at home. Shannon has just enough time and money to get from school to home and back. You see, Grandma can't be left alone at home too long because last week she left the stove on and almost burned down the house. Shannon fails your course because Shannon couldn't get to the computer lab on campus. You never knew why. Shannon gives up on college. Shannon gives up on a future.
There are thousands like Shannon in our courses every day. Will you give Shannon and the other Zoomers a fighting chance, or will you stay analog? Will you empower your students to tell their stories with the mobile digital tools they were born to use?
We're only two. Together we can make more sparks, flare up creativity across the curriculum, and help our students shine like the stars that they are. Our faculty professional development workshops can help you do this. They continue this spring because every student deserves the tools to compete.
Thank you.
Imagine ISS 1120, PHI 2604, or criminal justice students using AI algorithms to help a judge determine whether a defendant is eligible for bail. Train those algorithms with the same data sets, and then comparing the results to illustrate and study human and machine biases and errors. Imagine BSc 2010 students applying AI models to images of tissue samples to detect early signs of cancer. Imagine an art studio class modifying AIs to produce a painting or a sculpture. Imagine business students applying robotic process automation to HR functions, or a principles of marketing class designing and testing intelligent agents. Imagine using AI in your math class, your history class, your speech classes. Imagine preparing our students, our colleagues, ourselves to apply that future here in our very own North Campus AI Center.
Imagine a speech lab run by avatars. Years ago, a colleague of mine and I had an idea. How about if we could program an avatar to recognize speech patterns and help students rehearse their speech assignments? I do not know programming, but I can help program an avatar. We can help an avatar recognize eye contact, as well as numerous speech patterns and components. Just imagine we could have multiple booths with avatars providing instant feedback to students. We could also have Blackboard integration. This technology can definitely help with blended courses and even virtual college classes as well. Back then, my friend and I dismissed the idea. It seemed that avatars were more of a character in a Matrix remake. However, as it turns out today, maybe an avatar will come true. Thanks.
60 years ago, the college introduced in its design and planning a new paradigm in campus design. Merely, was interaction among faculty and students and the community. Crucially, introduced new technology development that affected and is still affecting the 21st century learning environments. However, I think about the words of Steve Jobs when he says that technology is not enough. That is technology married with the liberal humanities and the liberal arts that creates opportunity for innovation and progress. It's my hope that in breaking down the barriers among disciplines, the new technological hub can sort of point out a way for creating a space of synthesis, convergence, and belonging, just as the college had done for the last 6 decades, creating spaces of convergence, of belonging, a place towards the future. Thank you.
In the English and Communications Department, literacy has always been pretty straightforward, helping our students to learn how to speak, read, and write proficiently. However, in the 21st century, we've been forced to expand literacy to include digital literacy. So most of our students are digital natives, but they're not necessarily digitally literate. So my students and I are having big fun learning how to use various technologies to find, share, and manage information. Wouldn't it be nice to have classrooms set up that were conducive to active and collaborative learning, where you had tables in the center and computers along the walls, where you can teach and in the same class session have students work on Adobe Spark or an NBC Learn assignments in class? Well, innovative teaching and learning experiences is a part of the college's strategic plan. Whether our students become doctors, chefs, CSI techs, they're going to be required to do some type of work in a digital environment. Thank you.
So the job of a newspaper is to inform their audience. In this case, it's the students, it's the community of Miami-Dade College, and it's never been more important now in the digital age. Our online component for The Reporter, the student newspaper here at Miami-Dade College, allows our students to disseminate information very quickly. And it can be dangerous, but it's also a very important tool. So, for example, recently, we've been undergoing a search for a new president, and our students have been using the online component to get that information out pretty quickly. Sometimes, I've been getting calls, or Georgette, Dean Perez, for example, told me that she gets a lot of her information from online site for The Reporter, or whether it's something where it's a bomb scare, something as scary as a bomb scare, or even when we've had hurricanes here in the past. So our students are able to get that information over quickly. It's like I said, it can be dangerous, but it is very important, and it's very real for our students to get that experience. With the presidential search, our students have been able to get information out before the Herald even, and they've even broken some stories before the Herald did. So it's very important. But it is also important to remain accurate. So with that in mind, keep that in mind.
Okay, so true story. I was in Turkey with a friend of mine, and we decided that we wanted to visit a remote village. Well, while we were there, I lost my wallet, which had my our identification, our credit cards, and our money inside of it. So I called Amex. They could do nothing for me. I thought they were God before that, and I called my my bank account, and they could also do nothing. So it's interesting about Turkey because of currency instability there. A lot of people are looking for more alternative ways to store their money. And we were able to go to the local market and trade from my digital currency wallet, cryptocurrency, for a bus ticket home and food. And so that's what cryptocurrency does. It's a decentralized form of payment system that allows people to have peer-to-peer interactions with each other, eliminating the barriers that block our individual rights to economic identity and financial freedom.
Good morning. Interactive technology is being deployed in many industries, as well as in the home. Not just a voice in the cloud like Alexa or Siri, social robots create new ways for humans to interact with technology. According to the National Funeral Directors Association, it is anticipated that the need for funeral service professionals will increase up to 200% in the upcoming decade. With the advent of new eco-friendly and renewable technologies, this is anything but a dying industry. Imagine the use, it's okay to laugh, imagine the use of artificial intelligence coupled with text-to-speech recognition to create an interactive personality on a program or discipline website, or even your home's new digital robot pet. Imagine the reality of asking your technology a question being directed to degree options at Miami-Dade College, study materials on Blackboard, licensing requisites and important regulatory information regarding practice for the state of Florida, and major industry organizations providing students and graduates immediate guidance to the resources they need to accomplish academic and workforce goals, both now and in the decades to come. Thank you.
Artificial intelligence is not the next wave. It is already here. If you've used a chatbot while shopping, had credit cards decline because of suspicious activity, browsed Netflix, or noticed Amazon's recommendations, you've already interacted with AI. IBM is bringing an AI training center to North Campus, as you know, but other ventures are making inroads as well. PackBack is one such tool. It's designed to replace the traditional discussion boards used in online classes with a more engaging AI-driven interface that prompts students to ask questions that can't be easily Googled and respond to questions at a level of depth that regular static discussion boards can't achieve. Instructors mediate and pin the best posts like social media, and comment or critique by having their positive comments, which they're forced to give, posted publicly, and the negative comments go privately to the student. AI will alter the social, political, and economic landscape that our students encounter when they enter the workforce. But in college, it's already here.
Facial recognition. We all love it when Dr. Harrison recognizes us and acknowledges us. Our students love it when we acknowledge and recognize them. But what of the use of facial recognition software? We're growing used to it in our technologies, in our cell phones and media sites. But there are over 50 million surveillance cameras in the United States. What of the use of facial recognition technologies there? On the one hand, it poses possibilities for better policing. On the other hand, there are a lot of false identifications and invasions to our privacy. In ethics classes at MDC, I explore such ethical questions about technologies with students in the hopes that those who go out studying computer science and administration recognize the values at play in areas that we often think of as value-free.
Investigate. In the age of technology, we know that where we once were ghosts, we are now highly visible. Gone are the days where we need letters in the mail to send messages to our loved ones, going to a bookshelf to find research, and periods of time to take to exchange information. Innovation is the opportunity to become the first to have a dream and allow it to become a reality. Biometrics allows us to enter worlds with a single touch, a retinal scan, a fingerprint, and facial recognition. Investigating the sensitivity of DNA provides the platform to solve mysteries old and new, determine lineage, and help us find loved ones long lost. Information and digital technology create a world without boundaries, where information can be shared with a single keystroke and a blink of an eye. With technology that fits into the palm of our hands, we as investigators become Picassos, Sherlock Holmes, Benjamin Franklin, Steve Jobs, Madame Curie, and Beethoven. As we now bring AI into our curriculum, the idea of technology and biometrics allows us to investigate globally, and we become all that we are meant to be. Thank you.
So in this rapidly growing digital world, we need to take some time to look inward. So I invite you guys to do a short meditation with me. So if everyone can just close their eyes. Don't be scared. And take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And a deep breath in. And breathe out. Now, bring your attention inward. And I want you to visualize all your loved ones that you have now and your loved ones that have been before surrounding you. They're sending you wishes for your happiness, for your health, and for your well-being. Sit in the warmth for a moment of those wishes. Now, take the love that you received, and I want you to focus it back on those individuals. And repeat after me. May you be happy. You can do it inside your head if it's more comfortable. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free from pain. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free from pain. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free from pain. And take a deep breath in and breathe out. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and return to your beautiful day. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your wonderful ideas. But this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of a process when we will start collecting ideas of how we want to create our center and how do we want to continue working towards improved digital literacy and AI at our campus. We will continue to be inclusive, and we will continue on the line of interdisciplinary approach. With that said, I'd like to invite our Senior Director, Fermin Vasquez, for some closing remarks. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Happy 2020. I'm going to echo the words of Dr. Harrison. We start with 2020 thinking, what's the vision? What's our future like at North Campus? And I can't stop thinking about the words and the ideas that our faculty and our staff bring to me every single day. And this vision of artificial intelligence came from you, came from the faculty members that pioneered this idea, from the staff members right here in Learning Resources that want to contribute to the Artificial Intelligence Center. And this computer courtyard that we're going to reopen is the first step in as we proceed and create right here at the North Campus in Building 1000 on the second floor, the Miami-Dade College Artificial Intelligence Center this coming 2020. That center will be created based on a program that faculty are collecting right now and bringing together to be able to offer associate degrees and bachelor's degree, all in artificial intelligence. And it's due to the hard work of the faculty and the chair and the deans that are working together to create that program that we'll be able to create a co-curricular environment to support artificial intelligence, not only here at North Campus, but at the college as a whole. And I want to thank every one of you today. I won't stop from proceeding and opening up our new computer courtyard. And if I could ask Dr. Harrison and the faculty and staff that presented today to please walk over to the ribbon.
So this is a much-awaited moment for us to open up our brand new computer courtyard. Let me say this. This courtyard belongs to our students. It belongs to our students. Our faculty and staff have the opportunity to facilitate our students' learning, our students' research, our students' assignments that they must complete right here in the computer courtyard. So, can I ask for the traditional North Campus countdown, please?
99.